We're back, changing construction experiences. This is Renovate and Build with Jim and Sandra.
Hello, we appreciate you choosing Sea Isle 650 this morning.
Yes, good morning. This is Renovate and Build, powered by Fair Trade Works. Sandra, I just wanted to share with you some feedback I got from some listeners last week. I have to mention not only the president of Fair Trade Work, but the co-host of the show, who has to record the show. It's so great to kind of hear back from homeowners and listeners when they call in. Bill Knight emailed us, and yes, I do have permission to use his name, to say that him and his wife enjoy the show and they sit back and drink their morning tea with us and argue, similar to someone else we know in this room, yeah, about different topics we talk about here on the show. Bill says his wife Annette has always loved home improvement, as well as that over the years they've built a few homes and to suit their growing demands and kind of stages in life. But Bill has now been commenting they are thinking of leaving their beloved home, but are having trouble finding a condo to suit their needs in Vancouver, and wondering if we have any ideas on whether I was thinking of building any new developments to meet him and his wife's needs.
What are their needs?
Well, it's not much difference from what you've talked about your demographic, what they need. They're looking to, they need much more room than the average, 2-3 bedroom condo, because they're used to space. They need one or more balconies, high-end finishings. They've worked all their lives, they've done well, and they just want to. And they were looking to move into a high-end home, but they don't need all the normal kind of space and yard and all that kind of amenities that come with it. They want to kind of move in with like-minded people or a similar demographic, the kind of adult-only building. Maybe small, 6 to 12 stories, so it's not this big wait time in the elevators, etc., etc. And, easy parking, which is huge for them because they're so used to pulling into the garage or pulling up front of their house and jumping in and out of their home. And amenities, a great concierge, pool, gym, guest room suite if possible, and lots of storage, So I
want to move in with them because that's my list.
Exactly, and it's a lot of lists because I've been talking to a lot of people in my circle recently, and that's exactly what they're looking for. They've lived on the west side their whole lives. They've had a home. They're empty nesters, and they want to just
not cut lawns anymore. No home maintenance, and I no longer want to have to worry about house taxes and things. I don't mind about condos because I can use, as you said, the amenities inside, but I just don't want all the space I'm not using.
Exactly, and they don't live downtown. They don't live in the Olympic Village. They don't want to. There's so much being built, but there's not actually any kind of stock focused on them. And I don't blame developers because with the price of land going through the roof, developers have to squeeze every square inch out of this land to make a profit and to run a business. But it's and there's a demand for it, so they'll just continue to do what they've done time and time again for success. But I think there's a huge opening and a huge demand for these kind of townhouses, smaller number of unit condos where people would pay large amounts of money to build something that really suits them and suits their needs and wants at a certain stage in life and for a certain demographic. So
it is hard, though, as you said, because the numbers coming out are showing that because of the land cost alone, the baseline prices are astronomical, and that's why they're just popping up these little boxes, right?
Absolutely. Like the typical new 750 square foot condo has a baseline price of $112,000 just to cover the cost of the land. That's not construction costs on top of that. That's not, profit plus, right? So the condo market is getting more and more expensive, but they're just banging out these boxes just to make the logistics of the land value work, right?
Is it true? I was reading somewhere, I think it was Business Vancouver, they were saying that it's $250 per buildable square foot in the downtown area?
Exactly, that's correct, yeah. $250.
And that's just land, you said?
That's just the land, and that doesn't include the construction costs, carrying costs, realty fees, you name it. It's a plus. So that's why the condo market is what it is, because they're just locked into these guidelines, and it's the only business plan that works is to bang out small condos because they sell, and two, it's the only way to reclaim the money out of the land, right? So there's lots of great ideas globally around the world where there's 6-story condos with one condo per floor and these great luxury apartments, ocean views and that, but it just doesn't work mathematically. And I don't think developers are willing to take the risk in building something like that because the return isn't there unless it's built specifically for some people, excuse me, who are willing to pay the price of that, right? So
what did you say to Bill and Annette?
I said tough luck. No, I didn't. I actually have quite a few people that we are in talks aggressively looking for land to come together and work as a team with the local community to develop what they want, and make the numbers work. Well, we're obviously completely transparent at Fair Trade Works.
I guess it's location.
Yeah, and it's not just
has
about
to
the
be
numbers,
exciting.
it's about they can sell their existing home, and it's not about a return on investment for them. Obviously, it has to make sense as an investment, but they're willing to pay for something that absolutely suits their needs, not shift to something that doesn't, or it's not a smart investment, right? So I think there's a market for it, and yeah, we're definitely working towards coming up with those solutions.
Jim at fairtradeworks.biz.
Jim at fairtradeworks.biz, yeah.
It's time for the product face-off.
Meg and Gary are back in the studio this morning with their Saturday morning picks. Good morning, guys.
Happy cold morning.
Good morning, Sandra.
Freezing
Morning,
cold
Jim.
morning.
Mornings
Yeah.
when we get up. Oh,
Oh, yeah.
I said, who switched off the switch and said, yeah, it's winter time now.
Yep.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, incredible. Well, we should point out that Meg and Gary are here with us every Saturday morning. Meg and Gary work at Fair Trade Works.
Gary is one of our professional construction advisors who works with our clients on their projects from start to finish. And Meg is very diverse, and she's part of our client care team and also assists in communications.
And both help us out here on the show by choosing products for our homes that they feel are real benefit to the consumers. And they do the research for you and then share the pros and cons of each product each week. So the show today, I understand, is all about staying up to date. And you guys are sticking with a theme of smoke detectors. And what's the latest there?
Oh, we're talking about smoke detectors today because it's part of your fall to-do list or winter to-do list.
Exactly.
And if you haven't done it yet, you have to look at your smoke sensors and smoke detectors. So today I'm talking about the Fibaro smoke sensor. And Gary?
I'm talking about the Nest smoke and carbon monoxide detector.
There we go.
There you
So
go.
I'll start.
Okay.
Right. So Fibaro smoke sensor. It's a sleek, polished, and sophisticated-looking smoke and heat detector.
So no
it's-
longer the little white ugly ones that are on my screen.
No, that chirp. You don't want that. So now they come in sleek, polished styles, and you can get it as small as 65 by 28 millimeters. That's really small.
That's really small.
Yeah, but this has grills on the sides, so it detects the smallest amount of smoke, and it's also quick on reaction. And it also has a heat sensor. It's not just smoke, because sometimes there are things that burn that don't smoke, like charcoal. You don't know what's going on, right? If you left a barbecue on some
Yep.
time ago and then it just smokes. Anyway, or it burns. This sensor can sense a rising change or a rapid change in temperature up to 54 degrees Celsius. And then it also is heat resistant up to 200 degrees Celsius. So a lot of things could be burning already, but your smoke detector isn't.
Oh, I'll be away from the house already by the time it melts.
You should be. I think you should be. Also, we were talking about chirping sounds. You don't have to worry about that with this because it has an LED light that glows green to show you that it's working, and it'll change in light depending on what it's going to alert you on. Why should you get it? You should get it because it has a software called Home Center, and this is wonderful because you could set it up on your tablet or mobile phone, and in case of an emergency, it'll open your garage door, it'll open a
Wow.
window, or illuminate a safe path
Wow.
leading out of the house.
That's
Sold.
providing if there's still power in the house.
Yeah, but yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Never mind. I'll keep quiet.
It's a good feature, though. It's a
Yeah,
good feature,
sounds
though.
great.
Yeah.
You're so competitive, Gary.
Oh, wait and see what I'm going to introduce to you.
Okay, all right. But I'll talk about the con for
All
my
right.
product before
But still
you start.
great if you do
It
have
is.
power.
Yeah.
And I mean,
Yeah,
your power
yeah.
doesn't always go out in a fire.
That's
I've seen
true.
many house fires now reported on them. Gary, what are you bringing
I was
us?
going to say, how you've had a lot of homes burned down in your
No.
life.
Reported on many of them over the
That's
years.
terrible.
Insurance job. Okay.
Anyway, so talking about the cons, just really quickly, Gary, before
Yep.
you move on. It's hard to test physically or see in Canada. You have to buy it online.
Okay.
It's not ready
Oh.
Your
here yet.
description was good enough.
Okay, thank
assume,
you.
yeah.
Appreciate that.
Yeah. Okay, so I'll start talking about the Nest smoke and carbon monoxide detector. It's not your regular smoke detector. Nest made sure to incorporate the carbon monoxide function in this product here. And the unit can detect the degree of the problem. If you just burn your toes, it'll give you a friendly heads up if it senses danger. Nest will flash red, sound an alarm, and even tell you what's going on using words instead of beeps, yes, it would talk to you.
Like Siri.
But that's
like
cool.
Siri.
There's nothing worse than like if you're cooking something and the thing is just going.
If you're bored at home,
Explain where your last smoke detector went.
out the window, yeah.
This is a true story. So that's what I was going to ask, is because so many people get in this frustration phase,
Yes.
and that's when they turn them off, right? I know.
I actually put some masking tape around it
I
before.
know.
Yeah.
Not
I-
a good
Dangerous,
idea.
yeah.
I shouldn't say it out here, but yeah, I did it.
I know. So this is great that technology is improving, and you can
Oh,
have
yeah.
them, adaptable, that they're not going to go off every second.
Yes. In an incident, Nest will sound off an alarm, and a clear woman's voice will tell you if there's smoke or carbon monoxide, and which room it's in, and if you're in immediate danger. This way, you can use the best exit possible, and you don't want to be running into the room with the danger.
And we should point out this Nest is also the wall
Yes, they have the thermostat as well.
thermostat as well.
Yeah,
Yes, you
And
brought
we
it up one
featured
time.
that.
Yes,
we
you did.
featured that just a couple of weeks ago.
So they're really expanding their product base.
Oh yeah.
Very
yeah.
high tech.
Yeah. According to the manufacturer, most children can sleep through alarms, but they will wake up to a motherly voice. So that's why they have chosen to use the woman's voice instead.
Oh, isn't that nice?
Yeah.
Interesting.
I remember. I think that's true. Usually my dad can wake me up. It was usually my mom who woke me up.
Yeah, me too. My mom.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. You can still keep tabs on your home when you're away through the Nest Protect mobile app. So which is, another feature like we always introduce. Every little gadget.
Everything's mobile
yeah,
now.
everything's mobile now, and it's very different from your old school smoke alarms. Before you go to bed, Nest glows green to tell you that the battery is still good, or it will flash yellow when the batteries are about to be replaced. And so, like Mac just said, there's no more tripping sound. You just hated those.
Oh, I know.
I'm never a
Exactly.
big fan of that.
Yeah.
Now, price-wise, what are we looking at?
It's about the same. It's about 110, except that mine has shipping. And Gary,
And $1 cheaper.
$1 cheaper.
Okay, yes.
So you guys really came in
109
close.
versus
Yeah.
110.
Yeah.
And do we have to order the Nest online
No,
as well, Gary?
You can buy the Nest from any hardware stores, and I found this one at Louis in New Westminster.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
And
fantastic.
mine is from, sorry, Jim?
Sorry, Meg.
Yeah, that's fibaro.com.
Fantastic.
Okay, so thank you, Meg and Gary. If you want to know more about purchasing today's featured smoke detectors, you can visit our Facebook page and see Gary and Meg's entire extended product information. Our Facebook page is facebook.com/renovateandbuild. Thank you, Meg and Gary, and have a great weekend.
You too.
Thank you.
Up next on Renovate and Build, the communications director of Century Group will be joining us with the latest on their company's 3 Civic project. From residences to a luxury hotel and fine dining, you don't want to miss the scoop.
There's still lots more ahead. This is Renovate and Build, powered by Fair Trade Works with Jim and Sandra.